Perfect. But Zama, I'm coming to you, SOS, to make sure that we nail this conversation. We are reacting now. I use the word intentionally. We are reacting and talking and educating our people because of Cameroon's proactive propaganda. We are reacting to articles written by their bloggers promoting their endeavor. So that's not the first time Cameroon is doing something and we would have to react. Do you think that we're being overreactive instead of being proactive to handle some initiative and maybe letting them react to some of our? This is a war that is getting into its seventh year. Should we change certain strategies to move along?
I can tell you that
Volume, volume.
most revolutionary
Yeah.
wars are basically we are in the midpoint of a revolutionary war. Averagely, revolutionary wars are 13 to 13 years. Um, so we are somewhere in the middle until we are galvanizing enough of our people, until our people see the necessity to fight this enemy. We will the longer they stay with their wallets in their pockets, the longer this war will last. But going back to the enemy is just like a kids league that everybody has a medal. Whether you win or you lose, you have a medal. La Republique is definitely a loser, and they are losing. They are trying to parade their old man as a very as an intelligent, smart man who avoided war but declares war. It's just the same like you see the African leaders who left. They left several wars in Africa to go commit themselves to resolve a war in Europe. We are always stupid that way. Um, it's just that the thinking is very, very flawed. La République is doing what it does. It has to distract its people from what is going on. It has to distract its people from the bad roads. It has to distract its people from the inflation. I think it's now it's about 7 or 8%. It has to distract its people from the unemployment and the lack of health care. All those things, everything trick that they have to do to get their people to take their minds off their problems is what they will do. They are doing that. They are not fooling us. We took off those blinders from our eyes long time ago, so we know where they are going with their games. Regarding this nonsense they are talking about Bakassi for now, I can tell you for sure that there will always be people who will try to take high risk investment and lose it. Yes, they will do that. But at the end of the day, this is still a scramble, and it's a scramble that La Republique is losing. It doesn't have the power. It doesn't have. It's in a very poor negotiating position because for them to negotiate a fair deal for them in Bakassi, they will have to be strong enough. They will have to have a financial backing to contribute towards the investment. They are not able to, and so if at all they are stupid enough to go into any agreement right now, they'll be getting, I think, a penny on a dollar. But at that end, we will reach Bakassi when we reach Bakassi, and it's for sure we will be there. I'm just saying that we cannot do it at this point, but it doesn't mean that the journey is a journey. It's a journey of 1,000 steps starts with one step. We are step 7, and in 7 years of that war, we learn a lot, we know a lot, and we are doing a lot. La Republique is nowhere in Ambazonia. They've retreated to enclaves. All of their mayors, all their governors are enclaved in upstation. Those in Boya are enclaved there. You see, these people are retreating. The first attempt that you know that the fire is hot is the first thing you withdraw your feet from the fireside before the flame engulfs you. They are doing that. They are running away. They know the day is coming. So they don't go out without 50, 60 bulletproof policemen guarding them. They don't do anything. They are basically prisoners in what they call their territory. They are not. They know that they are prisoners. They know that they are captors. They know that they are colonizers, and they are not moving freely as you think. Uh, So we've really contained them. The 2 weeks that they gave us in this war, they haven't been able to succeed in those in 7 years. They are retreating, and they are retreating in their.
I think that 2 weeks that we've boarded is the first victory Ambazonia ever had. 2 weeks later on was a major victory. And 7 years in is also a big victory. And you telling Ambazonians 13 midway, it's a knock in the hearts of some. We need to bring some hope to these people who are thinking that Ambazonia is not going to be possible. As I speak to you right now, we have our own people, our funds, colonial administrators residing in Yaoundé and orchestrating mayhem against their own people. During the week, we brought a follow-up of a story of the fun of Big Babanki. We are all aware of what has been happening in Big Babanki. 2 nights ago, a pastor in Bamenda was gone in her church, and there are very high chances that it was not random, it was probably targeted. The war in Amazonia is real. Some are denying to stand for the facts, but the war is ongoing. Now, to move on to the next phase of our conversation, I want us to have a recap of this discussion. We had. You want to say something, Barrister Fu?
Yes, I want to make two declarations, just two. The
Okay,
first one is that La Republique has lost the war. They are desperate. They are crumbling. We must take cognizance of the fact that these are people who are desperate, and we must use the desperation of La Republique du Cameroon to sink them. How are they desperate? They are going after our vulnerable population, killing civilians, women, men, and children, women and young children, and children born or unborn. That's desperation. We must ensure that we sink them now. Number two, I am calling on the federal government, given what we know about what is going to happen about Bakassi, I'm calling on the federal government to own Dian from now on. We're not going to wait. We're not going to wait for the draft of Dian, because the coup plotters dare the blow on us and kill the political elite of Ambazonia in Dian. But our military presence is very active, like SOS has just said. What do? We cannot rely on any political elites to draft Dian. So what do? The federal government should own Dian from now on, because that is the breadbasket of Ambazonia. That is it. Listen.
Thank you very much.
If La Republique, we don't have a navy. We don't have a navy. That's a navy, and their presence around that area is being felt. But we need to do something to trouble them, to make sure that the place is unsafe for anybody. That's why I'm calling on the federal government to own Dian right away. Right away. Because we cannot wait. August is coming. Indian is drafting either in the middle of August or towards September or something. And that we cannot wait. That is my proposal.
The federal government and the strategists would have heard you very loud and clear. And that it is incumbent upon them to take and own and proactively address the situation in Dian militarily.
Correct.